So we're real close to turning on this refurbished unit, get the filters in. Uh, there were 20 pre-filters and 20 final filters. So it was a pretty big unit. So there was plenty of room. The filters were front loading, so there was plenty of room to use an extended surface pre-filter and an extended surface final filter. So what I went with, I really wanted longevity. That's all I was focused on at that time. I was very young, and I early in my career, and it seemed to me that longevity, as well as durability, was the two most important factors for these two engineering directors and the assistant. Um, so I went with the Fiberbond, then Merv 8 Dustlock 660 Cube as a pre-filter, and then Multi-Wedge 95s as a final filter. And it was here where I really started my journey to where I am today. So this was the mid 1990s to late 1990s. I didn't get a digital camera until towards the end of this cycle of these filters. But when I finally did, all I was really focused on was the longevity and the durability, which I'm showing here. These filters went 24 months, no signs of structural fatigue or any physical signs or visible signs of molds and spores. So I got my first digital camera and was taking pictures, and really, like I said, I wasn't real focused on how well they kept the coils clean, because to this point I had only seen this unit with brand new coils. Uh, but like I said, it wasn't until this whole scenario transpired, this whole thing transpired, that I took a look at the coils of the refurbished unit, which the first unit that we used Fiberbond products, and this is what I saw, and I knew this was extraordinary. And what I saw was a cleanliness that I never saw with other products after 12 months, let alone 24 months. And this is where it all started for me. I started to learn about energy conservation and the whole entire role that filters play within an HVAC system, that it was far more important than just what meets the eye. So, a success. It was shortly thereafter that the facility converted from Freudenberg Villadon over to Fiberbond products. And it wasn't because efficiency wise, Fiberbond outperformed Villadon. It wasn't that. As far as I saw, and as far as I can tell, both performed very well in keeping vital mechanical components downstream clean. It was just that Fiberbond edged them out due to the ability to repel mold and spores, which enabled their products to last longer. So when it comes down to dollars and cents, longevity combined with those types of performances, I had to give it to Fiberbond products, which led me down the path of being more of a consultant rather than a filter salesperson, because I learned an awful lot, all starting from my very first medical center of any significance with performance to these products. Let me show you documentation that furthered my education on HVAC air filtration.